I did already write mine out because you told me last time. You told me to do them as I go.
Yeah, but I have to take an inventory. I can't hear myself.
You're not talking into the microphone. That's why you can't hear yourself. So a lot of people don't know a hidden history of Los Angeles is actually that back in the aughts, there was
19 aughts or 18 aughts.
There was a factory out east in Silver Lake, and Atwater Village? Is that where Atwater Village is?
Close, but it just shows your knowledge of geography.
And so that actually, Henry Ford had a secret warehouse where he was actually that's where the first assembly line actually was where they were assembling things. It wasn't cars, it was poppers.
Who knew
Poppers, Henry Ford.
We're recording. That was a
recording.
terrible story. That was perhaps the worst one yet.
You know what? I thought it was educational.
Because you can't assemble poppers.
Yeah, you do. You have to put the bottle, you have to pour the cleaner in, and then you have to screw it on top. And then putting that plastic thing over.
It's a chemical
put
thing.
Put in the plastic thing. That's a machine. Well, yeah, it's odd. They use a lot of chemicals.
That was absolutely awful, and it was actually kind of disrespectful to everyone watching us.
There wasn't any Muppets in this one. You should be happy.
It's true. That was an improvement. Hi, everybody. It's
Hello,
TVT time.
Welcome to
FEUD
TVT.
edition.
FEUD edition. We're on episode, I think we're on 6.
We are on 6.
I put, and Clint Hurley commented, I put episode 5 twice. All right.
Thank you, Clint,
And
for speaking with my voice.
And speaking
to help
of
me.
Clint, why don't we get to our first segment of the show?
Called T for Two, T for You.
We are reading. We are reading your comments
And reading you.
Okay, we've got 3 long.
I like that screen grab where I'm just like, I look like.
I'm glad you're focusing on yourself instead of our listeners and viewers' comments.
Move on.
Okay, we've got who do you want to? There's either Gary or there's Clint.
Do line producer Clint Hurley, or Hudson as I like to call him.
Okay, Clint Hurley says, when I read you two for last week's title, it's because you called it episode 5 and we were recapping episode 4.
Guilty.
He also says, I love the actress who plays Anne Bancroft. Oh, remember that actress?
Yeah,
I said she was
you were like
mesmerizing.
jizzing all over. Yeah,
I saw her first in Smallville playing Zantana. I love Zantana.
Okay.
Oh, Zantana,
We need to
can do
calm
magic.
down. We need to calm
remember
down.
from the DC games
Oh,
when you
yeah,
loved
the
Zantana?
Magic Girl.
Jake and I went into a wormhole on PlayStation 3 with the DC Heroes.
That's why I can't play games because I just go into not really a wormhole, a coma. Why am I leaking? Well, I know why. I spilled it
Usually
already.
someone's saying that as you walk away. That is
Oh!
it's true.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
I don't know what that is. Just click on it, goddammit.
Now, there's more of the comment, but
He can't access it right now.
Yeah, got it. What did he else say?
Read it.
He said, I'm sure Maddie would be interested unless you're more of a Marvel fan. No, I'm a DC fan. And he said, we got the plot.
You comics people.
He said that we did get the plot to Topper correct, but Katharine Hepburn isn't in it. It's actually Hedda Hopper is, though, but she didn't play the wife. Billy Burke did. I want to know how old Clint Hurley is.
Clint?
He looks very young, but I feel like he's 80.
Clint, are you like the one they based Rain Man off?
Yeah, I know.
Because honestly, if you're muttering Wapner, 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 I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, he?
It's not that I don't respect it. It's just, good for you.
It's like he's the
Bless you.
spirit animal of that queen that died from TCM.
Oh, Robert, oh, fuck.
What was her name?
Help us. Help us. Robert Osborne. Robert Osborne.
Okay, all right.
Sorry.
Now, and
Very hitty lately.
You are very hitty lately. Now, I also have to say,
I don't condone violence.
Yeah.
Especially against women.
Okay, so I also, I'm looking for it, but I don't know where it is.
What is all that? Who is that?
Oh, that's an old video. So there is also.
When was that?
Look how slim we look. That's our interview with Sam.
Okay,
We are fatter.
we are.
Wow. Sorry.
I'm a fat pig.
I literally look 3 years younger. My skin looks so much better there than it does now.
I'm a fat pig.
And I did a mask today. Anyway, we had a comment on one of our older videos, but I want to appreciate it that somebody wrote, "Wow, what you can do with a bad internet or a shitty video camera and an internet connection."
You know what?
Thank you.
Thank you for that honesty.
I appreciate you.
And it's we validate that, and I challenge you to do better, which is not difficult.
Which is not difficult.
But you know what? Thanks for sharing.
Thanks for
sharing.
sharing.
Sharing is not caring, as they say.
And fuck off. Okay.
And fuck off.
And fuck off.
Suck my dick. Yeah.
So now let's go into our episode. Now, we usually poodle on Sundays. We'll watch Feud, and then we'll do this show, and then we'll watch RuPaul's Drag Race. Well, we ordered pizza.
It's quite a tradition.
It's true. We ordered pizza, so we ate pizza like two fatties. And so now I just realized I'm probably going to
comatose right now.
And I'm probably going to. We're going to probably
pizza burping.
We're going to confuse Drag Race with the show because it is very easy to do. It is very easy. If you're not watching RuPaul's Drag Race, it's great.
When Trinity K. Bonet said to Betty Davis,
when Boncretia Tay Chowdown.
That is not a name.
No,
and it's racist.
No, that's a call out to my friend LaTanya.
Oh.
That's what she said her name was. All right. So would you like to beguile us with some of your tea bags?
I will.
All right.
I want to.
You know what? We're only 8 minutes in, and we're stayed on topic.
That's because you're not singing.
And actually, we were recorded earlier. So yeah,
it's because you're not singing. I'm not saying I don't. There are glasses breaking everywhere. Okay, I'm gonna thank you. You actually called on me and then you sang.
Well, you told me to sing.
I didn't. So we open up. This is the sidebar. We were talking about the fact that the show was built around the filming of Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. However, I am of the mind that it is actually even better now that we're finished the movie and we're trying to see how it's affected everybody. So
yes.
We open on this screening of the movie Straight Jacket with John Waters as director William Castle. And the saddest moment happens. One of the saddest moments I've seen. They have to make Joan Crawford run down the aisles swinging an axe in this like red dress that there's like fringe coming off of, and she's just like hating it.
The axe has a velvet
and
handle
she
on
like
it.
she like you can just tell with every swing is crushing her soul, and I love that moment because that just showed you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was going to say, yet that grocery store video was uplifting. We saw.
What grocery store
Remember
video?
the grocery store YouTube video?
Oh yes.
But anyway, you were saying
I don't remember anything from week to week.
It's true. Boy, that's the damn truth. Trying to get some continuity out of this queen. He's like trying to get a straight answer out of Sean Spicer.
I have one big. Don't do political humor that specific. I have a reset button that's pressed every Sunday.
It's true. Anyway, you were going to say what you loved about that was
I was interrupted, so I don't know.
Your hair is crazy tonight. It literally looks like you put your finger in an electric
When I had it
twink.
cut last time, she cut off all the sides, but she didn't cut the top of it. So what you see here is unbridled fury.
Well, a bird can make a home in it.
You know what? I invite that because I'd love a little bird. I'd love it just to sit there.
I'm terrified.
That would be
All right.
quite an accent piece.
Tea bag number 2.
Yes.
Okay, here we
go.
Hit
it, Queen.
This is, Stanley Tucci.
Again, we have not conferred, so I may scream, "You've stolen mine."
It's true, and I'll just Stanley Tucci is giving it.
You've stolen mine, but go ahead.
No. I'm talking about not what you're talking about. That's a double teabag moment, which we're going to get to later.
No, I'm still talking about that, but that's fine.
You can just add
on. No, go ahead.
I love that. Jack Warner is so terrible in this, and he really just.
What a piece of shit.
He is a piece of shit.
But his character portrayal is fantastic.
It's amazing. But I really, that he doesn't treat these women with very much respect, but the fact that literally he is calling Joan Crawford and Betty Davis, and he's calling
Hags.
it Hagsploitation.
Yeah, I wrote that down.
It's shocking.
No, because he sees people as commodities. And he's a disgusting human being. And Stanley Tucci is loving playing him, and I love it. Anyway, I agree.
I would still have sex with Stanley
Me
Tucci.
too. I think I would
even
too.
him being terrible. Stanley Tucci is sexy. He makes bald beautiful. No, I think bald is beautiful. I'm Stanley Tucci. Well, my boyfriend's bald. I like it. Do you like bald guys or no?
No, I think your hair is very important, personally.
Boy, what if they're like kind of muscly, like that one guy who's in all those Fast and Furious movies?
Vin Diesel?
No, not him. Although he's cute, but no, the other one who's like British or English, or he was in that movie, The Takeover, with.
I'm not following.
No, with Steve Buscemi.
This is not a real person.
No, it's the movie with. It's not The Heat.
You're losing everyone.
It's with Melissa McCarthy, where it's Spy.
Jason Statham?
Yes.
He's hot, but it's not for me. I don't like bald.
So
I like hair.
if he bought you a drink at a bar with his accent, you would say no thanks?
Yeah, but I'd jump on him like a native fleeing from volcano. Wow. I don't know where that comes from. But
wow, it's because we watch a drag queen try to do a volcano drag race.
That's it. But I don't seek out non-bald guys.
Well,
I
don't
I
either.
think hair is attractive.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just my preference.
Things you learned about poodle.
Things about poodle. So my next one.
You can talk about Jack Warner if you want to follow up on that.
No, that's pretty much what I thought too. The Hedda Hopper, Joan Crawford scene when she's
scene.
like, I had a heart attack, and Judy Davis is just so fucking strong, and she's just like, and so like very subtly says, you know, and I heard there was a stag film made of you, and I feel like I have a duty, and if I'm not going to do it, someone else is going to do it. And she was like laid it on the line, and she was like, "Oh, this is from a sweet like
like she
visit.
was doing her a favor."
Yes, and she basically was trying to extort her for a story. I just think it's a really strong moment for Judy Davis, who I think can do no wrong.
I don't think she could do wrong either.
And she had a fantastic hat as usual.
She did. You know what? My next tea bag is the same, but I'll still segue in that because I don't mind us sharing tea bags.
All right.
I just literally imagine like you on a left ball sack and me on a right, and you going mama, 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 and me going, and then some guy named Jimmy Smith is just like bouncing them on us. I don't know why I said Jimmy. What happened to Jimmy Smith?
I think he was on Dexter.
I was going to watch that show, but I heard it's so terrible at the end. Don't bother.
The last two seasons are like someone took all of TV history and threw it on the ground and like shat on it.
Well, I think I'll miss that one. That's a review of that.
Not try to oversell it.
Yes. So,
but the first two, the John Lithgow season is the best one.
I'm bored with the topic. Let's move on.
Don't you? No, that's my job to decide when we're done.
I'm done talking about Dexter. All right, but I do want to go because I want to talk.
Fine. I guess you're the one who can decide if we stop talking about things.
No, once in a while I get bored with stuff. You do too. I don't mind.
I get bored all the time, but I hammer you.
I know you keep me moving. I like it.
Move on.
Stop worrying what you're doing. Move on.
No, literally, move on.
So what I was gonna say about that? Boy, you really see in this episode, Joan has no friends, like no one.
And I think that's why it's a really compelling character, because there's a pain that seems like it doesn't have an end. And
that is
Betty
the
Davis,
best way to describe that.
Betty Davis somehow has a little bit of.
It's like a lever. She can let it in and out.
And for her, she's living for quote unquote art, even though I hate saying that. But Joan Crawford is just hoping for approval. It's just wanting people to love her.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think that's a sad character. And Jessica Lange did that kind of character on American Horror Story the previous season when she was the German woman who owned the circus. Mm-hmm. And I just thought that was fucking sad. I could not watch that character. I had a real problem with that. Because she was paraplegic.
I agree with that.
Excuse me. And then I burped.
And I
said something really profound.
I enjoyed listening to that. That was smart. Okay. It's your turn, I think.
No, I just talked about Judy Davis. Or what did you?
Well, no, that was my tea. That was my additional tea bag.
Oh my! Oh my!
I had the same tea bag.
I really enjoyed that montage of Bob Aldrich and
I'm so glad you brought this up.
trying to talk to Joan Crawford and Betty Davis and going back and forth and the editing and just I really liked how you could tell he was just like jerking off both of them,
and he played them.
Yes,
that was a good scene, and it showed you that I don't know if very few other directors could even work with them. Like, I mean, that definitely stands to him not as a director.
Don't yell at me again. I blew my nose because allergies have been rough recently.
You know, I've been using Flonase, and it's working great.
I don't care what you're using.
TVT
I had to blow my
brought
nose.
Brought to you by Flonase. It
TVT
works well.
Time brought to you.
You can get it on an end cap at Target now. You don't even need a prescription.
Thank you, cousin Rebecca.
That was great, and it was funny, and it was just great. It was a great moment that led up to when we see them, when they see one another,
and what they wanted, and it just tells you also that how in a tight spot both of them actually are.
Yeah.
Like Betty Davis should not have made that movie.
She should not have. And you mean wait, Betty Davis or Joan Crawford? You mean?
Both of them.
Which movie?
What became Hush 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 Sweet Charlotte.
Oh.
Neither of them really needed that.
Oh no. I'm sorry. I thought you meant the
but
other
offers weren't coming in.
You know, and it's
sad.
It is sad, and I wonder. I mean, I guess that still happens now, but it was a great montage. It's okay. My turn. Okay, I think we both talked about this, so we can. I think maybe because we both queened out, but can we talk about Robert Aldrich?
Yes. Who got a spine? Girl got a spine.
Girl got a spine.
All of a sudden, just threw it down and just like weaseled it to him.
You know, because
I don't think weaseled's a word, but
because you know what?
Weaseling him. He's weaseling him.
I just had a revelation.
Ow! Sorry to everyone. I just got pinched.
I'm excited.
I just got pinched. So
okay. You know what? Because Jack Warner is really the villain of this story. I think if you think about it, I really think because
I don't think there is a villain.
Well, but I think Jack Warner stands for not just Jack Warner, but he also stands for like the patriarchal society.
Yeah,
and
in a reductionist sense, yes.
I'm gonna call it. And so
that's a little reductionist for me, but sorry. Now I don't believe in black and white. I believe in gray. Anyway, I see all kinds of people.
Yeah, and you fuck most of them. So that's fine. Well, what I was going to say is that, man, that felt good just to see Robert Aldrich.
He said, I'm come here for my balls. Oh. Both of us went,
oh.
My eyes rolled back in my head and I went,
It was... You know what? I
was being penetrated by an Eskimo.
Balls, and I'm so gay, I said, I came here to get my ballads back.
Fucking queer. Just a queer.
But yeah, it was great that he had done. So I guess I'm going to look this up. Clint, maybe you know. But he actually shopped at Zanuck, whatever his name is.
Daryl Zanuck.
Zanuck already, and then went to Jack Warner and entertained him.
Yeah, I
love
that.
And that really happened?
I think it did. I think they wouldn't do something that.
I don't. Yeah, that's so plot point.
I'm gonna piggyback and move on. The fact that I want to talk about the table read of.
You are bringing up all the parts I forgot.
Whatever happened to Cousin Charlotte, which is a terrible name,
terrible movie,
which later became Hush Hush, Sweet Charlotte.
It's true. This episode had a lot of teabag moments.
It did, and I just really love that Betty Davis, and they're just sitting there, and she was like, I'm sorry, I would not do that. And Joan Crawford said, yes, the syntax is really all wrong. It's like if you've been like me, you're part of the creative team for something. When actors have opinions, it's like the worst thing in the world. Because they're all about them.
It is.
And now, that's not saying sometimes they're good. But when an actor's like, can I ask a question? You immediately go, oh, fuck me. Now
you do, and sometimes I've been an actor, but there's those actors.
Fuck me. Anyway, but the table read scene was priceless.
It was great. It was great,
and I have some more to talk about in our next segment, which I guess I can introduce.
No, we still have one more thing. I'm glad you just
No, that you had your 5.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you're right. You have one more.
Wow. 1, 2,
Fine.
3. All right. Fine. Okay.
I think you had 5 already.
Wow. I wanted to talk about. With Joan Crawford arriving at the airport in New Orleans.
Oh.
And I want to say this because for people that don't know, that is full on true. Like that all happened. But what? And maybe this is a teaser to the.
You're like the historian of our podcast.
You know what?
You kind of are.
I Google this a lot. Too much, you guys.
Well,
I get a little obsessed.
You're finally listening. You're finally learning about history because your whole life you hadn't up to this point. So, got to now.
Once they made that school teacher, they killed that school teacher for bacon because it was a pig that taught me, apparently, as you say.
No, the pig was the smartest one in the class.
Oh.
And you all went, Oinky's the best.
Oh.
Because he knew more than you. That's what I think about your high school education.
Probably did. But so what else I was saying? So Joan does arrive at the airport. There's not a chauffeur.
No one's there.
She doesn't even have a fucking room. And that is all true because...
Betty Davis is like, oh, I'm sure there's been a mistake.
Which I guess that
they'll have it for you in an hour.
Well, hopefully they'll allude to this. This is a spoiler alert. Maybe. I don't know if they is or not. But, I mean... Betty Davis said she wanted creative control, but I don't think they've actually said it yet. But she was a producer on Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte, and credited with that. So she literally.
I think we're going to find that out next episode because there's some shit that's going to go down in the next episode.
I bet so. You know what?
Because we all know those two did not star together in that movie.
Yes, and that's all we'll say about that.
Spoiler alert!
Wait, I have another tea bag and a half. No, I just want to say this because I think you'll like that I'm saying it. I think you'll like it. Remember how we thought that... No, you'll like this. Remember how we thought that Betty Davis and Bob Alders were like, oh, they slept together once and it's done. And it's now...
No, I think they're fuck buddies.
Well, they are, but I mean to see that even makes Betty Davis really... Betty Davis has got control.
Well, anytime a guy is in the entertainment industry, he likes pussy. He wants it all the time. So... That just felt weird coming out of my mouth.
Yeah, because Jake sees things in black and white and isn't reductionist at all.
Anyway,
let's go
moving on to our next segment called Strong Tea, Strong Tea, Strong Tea, and Quote and Quotables. I got a lot of these.
This is dripping all over me.
Gross.
This teacup. It's like me in a whorehouse.
Shut up.
Why haven't we ever sang a number from
Best Little Whorehouse in Texas?
Yes. Why have we never done that?
Hard Candy Christmas. Texas has a whorehouse in it.
Lord have mercy on this state. I enjoyed that. All right, what's your first?
My first
quote?
one is Hedda Hopper and Joan Crawford are talking. And she says, well, you know, some of all this moving, this touring around must be fun. And she's like, does a Ringling Brothers elephant have fun?
No, it was have a gay old time.
Oh, have a gay old time.
I can't believe you fucked up a quote with the word gay in it.
I was writing too fast. So, on to you.
Guess your magic technology board is helpful.
You know, I only write down things that are important. What's yours?
This isn't it is a famous quote, but I'm glad that we got to see the context of it. But I love it in that montage where Bob Alders is just trying to get them to, and Betty Davis says the very famous quote that I'll let you say it.
What? Oh, Crawford. I wouldn't piss on Crawford if she was on fire.
That's what she said. And Betty Davis really did say that. All right. What's your next quote?
My next one is Jack Warner, and he's talking about the studio executives. He said, I'm a dinosaur, and there's tar all around me. And he said, Mayer is dead. Someone else is dead. I missed that. He's like, Selznick, David O. Selznick, is one pastrami sandwich short of a coronary.
The writing on this show is so good.
This honestly,
Tim Minear,
Tim Minear, Queen.
We love you.
We need to meet you. Come on our show.
I am tweeting you this time. I'm finding you, Tim.
Let's find him.
Finding you.
Anyway, that's mine.
Okay,
I have a lot of quotes this time.
There is. You're probably going to say this one too, but I love it where Joan Crawford's talking about how she wants to get paid up front.
I'm going to say it, but go ahead.
And she says, every time I agree to the back end, that's
exactly where I end up getting it.
Glad you finished
that. We shared it because I had it too.
Well, you've gotten it more in the back end than I have.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You're just as much of a whore.
They don't
Not
call
that
you
I'm a whore.
They don't call you DP Poodle for nothing.
First of all, I have never in my life been called DP Poodle. DR Poodle, yes. Doctor, I don't think that makes sense.
That doesn't make sense. But all right, what's your next quote?
When they're at the table read.
This is a line Jake would say in real life. You would say this in sometimes Joan Crawford says lines that Jake actually would say, and this is one of them.
When Betty Davis leaves at the table read and says, "I'm not doing this," and Joan Crawford says, "I'd be happy to read both parts."
Boy, she would say that in a goddamn
You know
second.
what? Because you have to fill in. You have to fill in because when some things happen, I have one more too.
Sure.
And
I don't have any more.
When
so
Betty Davis says, when she's given matches, and she says, "Can I use them to set you on fire?" I love that as well. But I will say, I'd be happy to read both parts. I would say that.
You would say that. And I would, this has been this show, we've been flying. I do want to say.
You're welcome.
You mentioned this, and I agree that, man, Susan Sarandon, she's so, because I've been watching a lot of these Betty Davis interviews.
Betty Davis. She
really
her.
is Betty. I think so many people are going to focus on Jessica Lange because it's Jessica Lange.
Well, the character is...
But man,
the
she's
character
fucking
has
killing it.
more darkness, definitely. The Joan Crawford, and so I would understand why an actress would want to play her. But Betty Davis is so strong.
She is.
Yeah,
she is.
And you also see her weaknesses, and God, she's great. Anyway, I love this show. As a gay man, I want to be both of them.
What do you think? Are you more Joan Crawford or Betty Davis?
Betty. I don't know. I'm kind of a cross.
You have this. You have the willfulness of Betty Davis.
Yeah. But I understand the hurt in Joan Crawford. But I kind of I'm more of a Betty.
Am I Mamacita?
You are. You're Pauline. You are. No, you're Mama. You're like Mamacita. That's it. Mm-hmm.
You throw another thing at me, I leave. That's what she said. Precursor to next week.
Look at the dog. The dog is just laying over there. There's a dog.
My dog is here.
Because she almost died this week.
She did. Sophie has a heart condition now. It's a thing. But she's just sleeping away. So I'm not going to get her up because...
Anyway, let's talk about your dog, and we're talking about the podcast.
Okay, let's talk about reading the tea. Oh, wait, that's another show.
That's another show. You know, that's the end of the fucking show.
That's our Riverdale show, which is back. And that show is good, too.
We enjoy it. I didn't think I would like that show, but I do now.
And this next episode on airing Thursday, Archie's mother is coming back, and guess who it is?
I'm going to have to be later on that one because I have a dinner that night. A church thing.
What do you mean?
We'll talk about it after.
We're not going to start this till fucking 11 o'clock at night, are we?
It's Maundy Thursday.
You know what?
Okay.
This church gig is ruining our life.
All right, everybody.
Okay, it's Molly Ringwald. Are you happy? It's Molly Ringwald. Now,
everybody,
we've gotten another comment.
We had another comment about
Paradise Lost.
Someone wanted us to...
Paradise Lost.
We're like Paradise Never.
Paradise Never.
Paradise Never had it. That's
Fire Island.
Someone else wanted us to recap. Posted a comment saying
2 people.
Someone else wants us to recap Fire Island.
Somebody said like from London, recap it. Somebody else said from New York, recap it. We still don't have 10 yet. We said 10. We said 10 by what did we say? By
yesterday.
April 15th.
Sorry.
We said by the 15th. So you still got a weekend. The video, we're going to put it up right here for you can see. It'll be in this little corner. And you know the rest. Leave a review of this show. It means a lot. We appreciate it very much.
Tired.
Next time we're not eating pizza before the show because Poodle just hit it cheese low.
All right. That was fun, everybody.
We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.